Speaking of fake MRR screenshots, my favorite thing on the timeline, it should actually legitimately be a recurring segment. Seriously, if somebody wants to sponsor this as a recurring segment, I think it would be amazing, because every week now there is some new Forbes 30 under 30 inductee who steals like enough money where they're going to go to jail for a really long time, but not enough money to like really truly ball out. If you're going to steal money, again, you heard it here on Raised and Confused, you need to be thinking hundreds of millions, billions of dollars in fraud. Nobody's going to live big in 2026 for the rest of their life as a 26-year-old stealing 7 million and trying to flee the country. It's just not going to work. Liz Holmes did it right. SBF did it right. These guys were thinking in the billions instead of millions. So Gökçe Güven, hope I'm not pronouncing that right. Forbes 2025 30 under 30 honoree. I like that they still say honoree. Like, good for her. Faces 52 years in prison for an alleged $7 million fraud. She had some good investors in there. Like 8VC was in there. I think that they might have co-led the round.
Wait, do you know what her company actually did? I'm also not going to lie. I'm all about fraudsters going to jail. I support people going to jail, but 52 years for 7 mil, that seems a little much.
This is true. This is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Not lock a woman in a cage for a paltry 7 million. If you steal 7 million, a good punishment would be having to go work at like SAP for 5 years. Like, go to the worst company known to man. Like, she's worked at all these like kind of interesting, possibly fraudulent companies like OpenSea. So she was the founder of Kalder, which is the only global white labeled rewards platform turning your brand into a rewards powerhouse. Okay, first of all, if I were going to do fraud, this is the exact description that I would use. If somebody said, oh, you started this new company called Raised and Confused, what does Raised and Confused do? And I said, oh, Raised and Confused, in simple terms, is the only global white labeled rewards platform that turns your brand into a rewards powerhouse. You would say, oh, so you're scamming VCs. And I would say, right.
I wonder where she put the money.
It's hearsay, but it's important that somebody was like one of her roommates. And she said, like, a year ago, she started like going to the Hamptons for the summer, and she like totally like refurnished their apartment with some like super high-end furniture brand. And she was like flying private to like Miami, and she like wasn't doing that before. So I think she just like used it on travel and couches.
That'd be so clutch if you had a roommate who was scamming VCs.
Dennis says that the LinkedIn is all AI gen description on their account.
She pales in comparison to my boy Malone Lamb. This guy, he's 20 years old. He was born in 2004, and he stole $260 million in crypto, like mostly from one guy. They live streamed themselves stealing the money, and then they went and they just immediately bought like a ton of houses, and they knew they were going to jail. They just didn't care. It was him and some buddies. And he's apparently only getting 40 years. So if he gets away with less time than our girl Guck, that ain't right. And look, he just looks sick.
Yeah. Oh, he's from Miami. Well, that makes too much sense. Wait, so he live streamed stealing the Bitcoin?
So they were streaming like on Discord when they broke into this person's wallet that had like millions of dollars in crypto. They're like, no way, let's go. Let's see.
That's genius.